Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a special dua and salams to everybody who watches this video. My name is Khan Salim. I'm standing for the position of President in the forthcoming elections on the 4th of May. I'm doing this short video and I'm doing it in English, really to cater for our youth, our younger brothers and younger sisters. The reason why I want to do that is because I've spoken to quite a number of young Pashtun brothers and sisters, and when I've spoken to them about the Ppa Pashtun Association, they've said, look, we're not interested because it doesn't represent us, it doesn't involve us. And that really strung a chord. It hurt me hard because I thought, no, that's not right. The youth are the future leaders of the Pashtun community. So we need to make sure we get the youth involved. So the purpose of this video is to give you my vision of what the PPA should be if we, the candidates of change, get elected on the 4th of May. So I suppose the first point is, well, who am I? Why should you vote me? Well, I've been working in the university for many years. I'm a senior manager in university. I'm a head of a college within a faculty with a large number of staff, a large number of courses. I do a lot of work overseas as well. So I work in Dhaka, Bangladesh. I work in China, in Guangzhou, and I'm also a consultant for the Ministry of Health and Prevention in Dubai. So I work with a lot of high-profile people, a lot of large organizations, and we deal with some very big projects, government projects. So I think I'm well placed really to be the president of the Ppa Pashtun Association and bring it into the 21st century. That's the key thing. So what is the vision for the Ppa Pashtun Association? Well, we, the candidates of change, we want to make sure that the Ppa Pashtun Association is an inclusive association. It's an association that should cater for all the population, elderly, middle-aged, the younger generation, our women. Every one of those should be represented by the Ppa Pashtun Association. We see the Ppa Pashtun Association as a two-armed association. One, the Death Committee side. Yes, we continue the Death Committee. We want to make sure that we bring into the Ppa Pashtun Association ghusl facilities. We've got very experienced people like Naid Gul who will support with teaching people how to wash our brethren's dead bodies. We want to train people in that. So the Death Committee side will continue as it is. But we see the Ppa Pashtun Association as more than just the Death Committee. And we have a second arm, or we want to develop a second arm, which is the Development Committee. Now, the Development Committee has many aspects to it. The first one, we want to ensure that we provide an advice bureau regularly, every 2 weeks, where we have experienced people who our CORM could bring forms to fill in, issues with the council, housing, energy, any other things that they need support with. We'll provide that support provision. If we can't provide it, we will bring expertise in to make sure that that is catered for. We also want to provide a careers advice and support centre. So we want our children to be able to get into university, whether it be medicine, dentistry, law, engineering, accountancy, nursing, paramedic science, a whole range. We have the expertise to be able to make sure that the younger generation get into university. I deal with universities all over the world. I visit them all over the world. I support them in their development. And I want to use my expertise in particular of helping our young children who are growing up to be able to fulfill their aspirations of getting into university to study. So we also want to hold a careers day regularly. We've got doctors, nurses, dentists, accountants, lawyers, engineers already from our Pashtun community we will bring those in and provide their expertise for the young children who want to study and enter those professions, and they will have that mentoring support. So they will actually have people who will support them with what the universities are looking for, how to get into those courses, and so forth. So we really want to focus on the youth, but we also want to focus on women. And we want to make sure that we have a lot of our sisters who come over from Pakistan once they're married. They've got to complete their A2, B1 exams, their life in the UK exams. We want to provide experienced teachers to do that. We are able to get funding to do that. We've been told that already. I've got funding for many different communities, so I have experience in that, and others in the candidates for change have also got that kind of experience. So we will not be using the Combs money. This is all government funded. So BLSS, A2B1, life in the UK, ESOL, English as a second language, TESOL, teaching English as a second language. That will all be funded by the government. We are going to provide that. But one other thing that we need to do, and it comes back to right at the start when I said the younger generation said, well, the PPA doesn't represent us. We are going to set up a youth council for boys and a youth council for girls. Those two youth councils, who will meet in the PPA separately, they will then feed in to the cabinet to say, this is what we need for our youth, for our girls, this is what we need for our boys. And so we want to make sure that we bring into the PPA the next generation of leaders. The only way we're going to do that is get them involved. The current cabinet and whoever's standing are beyond in terms of age. We need younger generations. So we, as the candidates for change, want the youth to be involved in the executive committee and in the cabinet, as well as have their own youth councils. So we think that is a very important part of development. So we want the Ppa Elections Association to move from the 20th century to the 21st century. And this video is really showing our younger generation that our vision is that the PPA should be a beacon of excellence, not just seen as a death committee. We will always do that and do it well. But now we've got to do what other associations are doing. So if I give you an example of Yemeni, Somali, Atak associations, they are driving the education agenda. They are driving the social mobility agenda. They are driving getting their younger generation into high profile jobs. We should be doing that. We've got the expertise, we've got the know-how. So that's why we need the youth and our women to get involved. But the only way that is going to happen is if people come out on the 4th of May and vote for us. That's the key thing. We need the votes. So I do have other ideas about projects in Khatak, but that will be for another video. But thank you very much for listening to me. I hope you've got a little bit more about what is particular about the candidates for change, and the fact that we are now showing you what we are going to do, not what we are proposing, what we will do. We will deliver on all those promises. And we made some election promises in a previous video, which you will have seen, but this one is specifically targeting our younger generation and women who at the moment do not seem to be part of the Ppa Elections Association. Well, after the 4th of May, they will definitely be part of the Ppa Elections Association once we win that election. So thank you very much for listening to me. I hope I've given you some nice insight, and I hope I've given you some food for thought to be able to come out and vote for us. So thank you very much, and Assalamu alaikum.